Hey guys, this is Paul. It's been a while since I last recorded a video, and honestly, I wanted to put myself back into the mindset of actually doing vlogs just so that I stack the experiences and figure things out a bit more better. Because in the last few weeks, or the last week rather, has been really productive for me. Other than the things that we've been stacking up, like with daily obligations that I have to do with actual work, that has just been eating away with my time. But I recognize that isn't really a valid excuse. I recognize that I chose to run away from the things that I need to do. And, I still do work. I am still a responsible person. But I got really comfortable. And it's more for the mindset thing. And the reason why I'm even recording in the first place is because the self transcendence video has been, it's been starting to like shift my mindset a bit of things. I want to share a bit of backstory, and I share this exact story with Franz, and the reason why I'm even doing this, and the reason why I was a hardworking person before, and I got to the point where I'm semi-successful in the standards of like Filipinos. Um, 5 years ago, my father died. It was the point of time for our family that really changed everything. That was the time that I had to make the decision to actually drop out from college because I knew that my mother, who never worked in a job before, was not going to be able to sustain the family. We're hundreds of thousands of pesos in debt from accidents and from the things that the family took loans for before my father died. The only sole provider for the family back then was my father. He was a seaman. He worked for decades in his work, and I'm really appreciative of the things that he sacrificed for the family. That time was really of a turmoil for everybody in the family. But I recognize that I cannot have my mother to do and like figure things out to get me to school, because as a man, I was never comfortable with the thought of me just being in college, being a kid, and not actually taking action and helping out the family, because we were in a tough spot. We didn't even have a proper home at that time. Everything was a mess. Everybody in the family had no idea what to do, and we had no direction. I knew at that point, when I was still processing my emotions, that I needed to take an action to have a better point of my life. And the people that I have as friends, I really appreciate them. My friends at that time actually got me to start digital marketing. A friend of mine, JM, actually reached out to me, and he was understanding of my situation. Everything was hard, and he really was there for me to actually get me started into actually working with digital marketing. It was my first experience, it was my first job ever, to be honest. And I got started working in digital marketing. I was being paid like $10,000. Not ten, not sorry, 10,000 pesos, not dollars. I wish. $10,000, no, 10,000 pesos a month, which is about $200 per month. So it's not a lot. It's my first job, and that was just a month after like my father died. My family ended up deciding to move to Cagayan, which is another city that's far away from my hometown, and they basically just left me to just stand on my own. Um, at that point of time, we didn't even have a proper place to sleep. I didn't even have like a home to go back to. Luckily, I had a friend, and that was during that period that really stuck up with me. And I have to share as well. At that moment of time when I started like working as a digital marketer, I wasn't in the right mindset yet. I was just still processing my emotion. I was never really in tune with my emotions, especially back when I was younger, just because that it's never really common in the family. So when my father died, I never really recognized that my mindset with everything and how I react and I work with people has just been really really bad. I was super depressed at that time, and like a month in doing work, I actually quit, and that was really really bad for me because before that I ended up deciding to just quit college and do work, but I quit just because that I couldn't handle and the mindset was all over the place. My emotions were in turmoil and everything was just really hard at that moment. And I know before that I was really following a lot of people in the self development space. I know that looking back from before, that was actually the best thing that could have happened to me. I quit for 1 month from work, and if a friend of mine hasn't really reached out to me to um, let me know that, hey Paul, you never know that how much potential you have. You're a really smart person. You have so much potential, and I believe in you. And it was Carl, by the way. So he helped me rewire myself to the proper mindset to actually go back to work and make it work, basically. So I started working again for like permanently, basically. I worked on that company for like about a year or so, and it got me kickstarted. But my routine was super crazy. I was literally so I never really wanted to settle just with that work because my work before was just like data entry. It's very boring. I don't even have specific skill sets that can make me stand out. So I had to really fall back to figure out myself that, hey, if I don't really have anything to fall back on, like college, then I need to get the proper skills to actually make me stand out. So what what the skills was for me was at least coding. I went really deep into coding and learning development at that time. There was no AI yet, so I had to like learn through the books, figure out things, do projects, and that's just my entire routine for for years. Literally just work for 8 hours, and then after work I just literally put all my hours into studying development, studying code, being the best as what I can with what I can be. And at the same year, I started getting results. I actually work with a partner to create development tools or like SEO tools particularly, and we were starting to get some money in. But the really biggest big breakthrough for me was about month or year three or year two, where I just started earning six digits, like the first time in Philippine standard money in pesos. I started earning six digits a month, which is really, really big for someone like me at that age. I was making so much money, at least in the Philippine standard, and that really shifted my mindset. At that point of time, I started to just continue upskilling. I still had that mentality of wanting to help the family, and that drive actually pushed me towards where I am right now. I used the drive of loss, like loss from my the loss of my father dying, or the loss of my father, to actually push me through my current life right now, where I'm fortunate enough to be earning like such a large amount for a Filipino, and I am beyond grateful for everything, for everyone that actually helped me throughout the journey. But my mindset before, I can't describe it, but a lot of the people and my friends all call me crazy. They called me crazy. I had this unrelentless drive. to get stuff done, to just do work, to just have like this crazy drive that just pushes and pours throughout the world. I mean, I was I was like a crazy person at that point. I was crazy enough that people called me crazy. I had no social life. I just literally worked, studied, development, work, study, development, and that has just been my entire mindset up till the point that I was earning to what I'm earning today. Right now, I'm in a comfortable spot. I've been taking my sister to college. I've actually been funding my sister college to college, and we've paid back all of our debts in the family. We've been we've gotten to a point where we're really comfortable, and centering everything for the family is me that's actually gotten the results and stuck with it. You know, I got really comfortable and started to upskill and become really good at what I do, and I was able to like demand myself for a higher rate just because that I'm really really good at what I do, and that's not an understatement. I am really confident that I am. But in year 4 or 5, that's when I started to get really comfortable and not really have the drive anymore. So that initial spark that I had that pushed me through to get me my initial success is gone. Back then, my entire motivation was to get to work for my family, to put myself into a better situation, to fund my family outside of their debt, to fund my family to so that my little sister can go to college, to basically everything was anchored towards my family. Right now, we are in a good spot. So I never really had that motivation again to push forward, to push hard, and to get stuff done. I want to start a business. I want to get stuff, become like a multimillionaire. I know I want to, but never had that drive anymore. And I think that part of me, that identity of me being that workaholic, at least at that point of time, when I had this unrelentless drive to prove something to my family, that part of me or that phase of me is beyond my current life right now. And that's why I shared this with friends before. I shared this with friends that, man, back then I was super hardworking. I was super, like, I was crazy. I had like this crazy work ethic that I can't really explain, that really pushed me forward to what I currently have success for right now. And all the success that I'm currently having is because of that old me that actually pushed through and got stuff done and actually stuck to his word and actually showed up despite not getting the results every day without exceptions. I didn't even believe in weekends. So I was in a really good spot, the mindset, the work ethic, and everything. And I shared this with friends that I am in a point where I'm comfortable. And honestly, when he asked me like, what's my why? Why am I working hard? Who am I working hard for? I couldn't really answer back to France. I couldn't answer his question. I was stuck with the thought of why am I even working right now? Or what's the reason why I want to start a business? What's the reason why I want to earn like specific amount of money like per month this time? Why am I pushing for more? I didn't really have that answer yet. And I wanted to spend the time to really think about it in journal. This is beyond just direct stuff that we can do just for like client results or anything just with the business side. It's more for the identity thing or the identity side of things. And I've just been working through that. the self-transcendence has actually really helped me rewire myself to figure that out. And I guess having that drive before was a phase for me to at least kickstart myself for a better, for the next chapter, basically. The next chapter for my life that I need to pursue. It's the reason why I started Imperium Academy, because I had this, you know, eventually when things got really comfortable, everything just seemed so bland. I never, everything just seems so empty. Like, it's hard to describe because I was in that phase before where I was working to survive, but if you're working to have like this kind of situation, like this building a business to expand for just getting more money, to have a better situation by myself, I need to rewire my mindset. I need to rewire and rethink everything that I believe. And maybe the reason why I started this journey, at least with Imperium Academy, is to try to figure out myself on what I really want in life again. Because if my why before was to work hard to essentially become the father of the family, I needed a different why this time, to why I still need to push through. It's just so different. The mindset of the surviving, or the mindset of you wanting to survive, and the mindset when you're already in a comfortable spot and deciding to still expand, it's different. But I know that beyond just things that I earn, I needed something else. I needed something to occupy my mind. I needed something to, like, I needed to provide value to the world somehow. Like, feel or build something tangible that I could be proud of. I guess this is beyond just the initial phase I had where I just was super crazed and getting stuff done, just for survival. So yeah, um, to be honest, this video is more for me. And also, my nose is just, whenever I record vlogs, I don't know why my nose just clogs up automatically. Either way, man, I am just recording this vlog just to show my current progress. I'm in week 2. Unfortunately, if I have been recording like every day, then I should have been closing out week 2 by now and be on week 3. Um, but I'm just getting back to the course. I've been watching in between my current projects, so I never really got the full time to have dedicated time to just watching through the course specifically. Like, unless the weekends come. So the full weekdays have been really, really hard for me to insert the time for, because I wanted to be really intentional with actually watching the videos and being intentional with actually, um, like really absorbing the information. But in this case, I am starting Identity Ignition. The achieving omniscience and subjugating reality has been really good for me. It's been a good, my nose is so itchy. Sorry, it's really distracting my thoughts right now for whatever reason. I don't know why my nose just suddenly started to get itchy for while I'm recording this video. But yeah, I'm just gonna still take the action. I'm gonna push myself to take the action, and I'm gonna start posting daily videos again. I need to stack these identities, and I need to stack my experiences to change and rewire my identity. You know, referencing the earlier courses in the week 2. But Paul, I don't know what I want right now. is your old you. I still don't know what I want at the moment, but I know that I'm looking for something meaningful. That's the next chapter of my life. Um, that sounds so cheesy, but it is something that I'm actively seeking. I'm actively seeking a better outcome for myself, but a desired situation that I want for myself. Maybe building a legacy, maybe building a business that's beyond me, just beyond just what I have right now. Like just beyond what I have, just at least with just having the material like enjoyment or like material things that like curb my monkey brain cell to just enjoy and be comfortable. But yeah, that's pretty much it. No, Paul, keep going. In the next few videos, you're actually gonna be really dialed in to a better idea on what things are gonna be for you. 4 years, 5, 6 years from now, I'm gonna be in a much better spot. I'm gonna have a renewed identity and self beliefs on things, and I'm gonna be in a better spot and situation. I'm gonna have my own business, something that I'm proud of. I'm gonna build something for myself that I could call my own and be proud of. So that is just a message from me. Just something that I have to keep reminding myself on. Keep doing the work.